from the Mile High. Blazing Hit Radio. Now worldwide.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's your cough?
The cough is still there, but it only rears its ugly head when it's time to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
So that's really awesome
At
when everyone
nighttime.
wants it nice and quiet, and there I am.
Oh, that sucks.
Kathie J.
Well, and then it sucks, too, because if you're 420 friendly, you're kind of like torn. You're like, man, I can't really smoke because it's in my chest.
Right.
But you're like, sure would like to be zoned out.
Exactly.
Right. So then you're like, maybe I'll take a little. And then you're like,
Right. Doesn't help you.
Right.
You
And
want to
then-
hurry and get it over with. I mean, heal as fast
the
as
medicine
you can.
in you.
Right.
So I was talking about this last week with Wiggins, and I remember there was a time before when we were still with Kendall, and I think actually Wiggins had already left.
Okay.
And I said to you and Kendall asked, hey, does my ice eating annoy you?
Right.
Right? And then you both said, no. He was like, nah.
Right.
He's like, at that point, he's like, everything you do annoys me.
Kind of.
I don't even talk to you guys.
Right.
I'd zone you out.
Right.
But if somebody comes in the room, anybody else, I'm all about him.
Talk to him all day.
Whatever.
So
So then I asked at that point, right? And so somehow I just thought Wiggins was in on that.
yes.
So the other day he's like, he goes, oh, your ice eating's just killing me. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then so he's like, it's always going on and on and on. And I was like, so I was thinking in my mind, I was like, because that's the last thing I want to do is be the annoying guy.
Exactly.
So I've decided that I probably should be eating less ice anyway.
Okay.
So now I'm going to treat my ice like a smoke break.
Okay.
So in other words, I'm going to leave it upstairs.
Really?
And then in between, I'll just drink regular bottled water here, and then in between, I'll go enjoy my ice like if it were a cigarette.
Okay, so most people get their smoke break every 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. You get 15 minutes.
Right.
So see how much ice you can down in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Well,
take
you
it
know what?
around 8 a.m.
Here's the thing. Last week, and I have a friend that's a nurse, and I was eating ice, and this was before my appearance, and the right side of my jaw, like, became inflamed.
Okay.
Like, kind of like by where your sideburn is.
Like shooting pain?
No, it just started getting swollen.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God,
Tumor.
cancer.
Tumor.
Right. Goodbye, everybody. I knew something would take me out.
You automatically
You
think the worst.
that, right, for
yeah,
sure.
right.
But then, you kind of get scared. You're like, what the hell's that? So then I asked my nurse friend, and she's like, do you have TMJ, which is where you grind your teeth at night?
Right.
And I said, I don't think so. And she goes, but I would imagine that crushing ice with your teeth over and over could affect that.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, so I was like, I took 2 Advil and I put the ice away. And then I was like, it eventually, after my promotion, it went away. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Are you serious?
Yeah, then it went away. And then, so I was like,
No, I mean that it's getting to this stage
Oh, I'm just
where
saying-
you're getting inflammation.
that's why I'm addressing it and saying that I'm going to lighten up on my ice.
Only because of health issues, not because it's annoying.
No, did I not say that I was going to go upstairs and
Yeah,
eat?
but because you got inflamed, not because you
like
were
that's what kicked
No, it was
off your
both.
whole.
It was both. I just said I didn't want to be annoying.
Right? No,
So-
no. But Wiggins was saying.
No, he doesn't even know how to say, like, I was literally not wanting to annoy people. So when I was eating it, I really thought
Right.
in my head, oh, people don't care. You know what I mean?
Right,
and then
right.
he really went over the edge, and he was just like,
You know,
so you figured he'd be like, oh, thanks for your consideration.
It could be he has also reached the Kendall stage, and everything you do to him
I
is
guess.
annoying.
Apparently, both of us have to carry the mood of the show lately.
Well, your teeth are like scissors in there, so I'm glad that you're going to give the ice a break. Most people cannot crush an entire cube like you can.
I know, but this, again, is bagged ice. So this is ice that you buy, from a liquor store or 7-Eleven.
Again, most people don't crush that, Larry. Your teeth are just
No, I'm saying
10 times the strength of any normal man.
clear ice that's made like that actually just crushes on impact. It's not like I'm sitting here going, like, really working at it, and
No, you don't
it's just
get
repetitive.
it. No, if you gave me a piece of ice out of this cup that you're saying is brilliant and you can crush it, well, that's obviously
It's
a
a
big
big
cube.
chunk.
Shit,
Oh my
and I
God.
touched it, though. Hang on.
Okay, take a bite.
All right,
Okay.
so
Okay, now. Can you chew it?
Oh, my God.
Maybe you picked too much.
solid. That's why it's a giant chunk.
This is horrible. I mean, how do you do that?
Great ice.
You know what's happening right now in my mouth? Shooting pains of sensitivity are going into each tooth.
You got to build up an endurance.
I guess so, yeah. Thanks, that was fun.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't want your cheeks to swell up now, Kathy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she's a newbie. It'll take her years.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
chewing forever.
You're listening to my mommy, Kathie J, Uncle Larry, Aunt Wiggins. Way that hit radio.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay, so the girls came over to record some stuff with me.
Oh, that was so cute.
And so I kept saying Uncle Larry. And so she was like, Uncle Larry. And then I was like, say, and Wiggins. And it sounds like she's saying Aunt Wiggins. So
Oh,
I
that's
think she-
even cuter. Aunt Wiggins.
Aunt Wiggins. So it was like Uncle. And then she was like, must have assumed it was, I was saying Aunt Wiggins when I said and Wiggins. Play it again. It's so cute.
It is adorable.
Hold
Oh,
on.
my bad.
It wasn't there.
It's like,
You're listening to my mommy, Kathie J, Uncle Larry, Aunt Wiggins. Way that hit radio.
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, we recorded some stuff for the song Lambie, Lambie, Lambie.
So you got them to sing that.
Yep.
Okay.
Lambie, Lambie, Lambie.
Did you get Gianna to do
she was-
anything?
I got one of her isolated going.
Okay,
It's
that
not
counts.
a full Lammy.
It worked.
Right. It was
worked.
cute. Right. But she was more wanting to eat the mic. She was like,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure she was, right. She's much tougher than her older sister, Avery.
Yeah, but she's a little more like robust.
Right.
She's tough. She's like, if she falls, then I'm getting back up.
Right. She's,
Avery's like, I've fallen. Oh, tis I.
oh, my God, it drives me crazy. She stubs her toe or it's something that's saddest. I don't know. An ice cube fell on her last night because Gianna tipped over a cup. Oh, my God. Ow.
You know who else does that?
Ow. What?
Uncle Chris.
Does
Uncle
he?
Chris
Freaks out for no reason?
Or just like, like he definitely out loud moans.
See,
You know
I
what
can't.
mean?
No, I can't handle that. All I ever say is, this is what's making it hard on you? Man, you got a long life ahead of you, and life is hard. You better get it together.
Use is kind, use is smart.
You got to be tough. Stand up straight.
Use
Shake
is
it off.
tough.
Yep.
Celebrity Trash and Bash is next. Coming up, Kathy.
Oh, we got to talk about, there's more Harvey Weinstein.
Great. That's going to be like Cosby. It's going to get up to like 60 women.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
And Joe Jonas is engaged, Larry.
I know, to a woman.
Right, camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash and Bash with Larry, Kathy, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here?
Here's Kathie J.
Okay, so I missed Saturday Night Live with Kellyanne Conway.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
It was funny.
Where she was it.
Yeah,
it
right.
was
Where they
so
turned her
funny.
into Pennywise.
Yeah, and she is like the actress who does her.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, she like is so good because she totally did it just like the actor who was doing Pennywise.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Kate
awesome.
McKinnon nails it every time. She's
Yeah.
pretty good. Chance the Rapper bought out a movie theater in Chicago on Friday so people could go see Marshall for free. And Marshall is the one that shows like what's happening to Detroit and stuff. It's
Oh,
crazy,
okay.
right?
Okay, yeah, that looks like pretty heavy.
It's also, I'm sorry, about, I just got messed up. My bad,
Okay.
everybody. The movie is about Thurgood Marshall's early years as a young lawyer before he became the first black Supreme Court justice.
Oh, okay.
My bad. Woman who, so he tweeted out, I bought all the tickets all day to go see Marshall at the theater on 87th and the one on Roosevelt. Go.
It's like, and 8 people showed up.
Yeah, but still. Well, a lot of people showed up for Al Sharpton's daughter's wedding, and she was an hour late.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen pictures of him lately.
Al Sharpton?
Yes. And he like takes selfies.
Yeah. Al Sharpton takes selfies?
Oh my God, he's taking a selfie.
Oh, that's not good.
In a full length mirror, right?
Oh.
And he's like super skinny.
Right.
Like he's got like super skinny body, but he's still got that kind of bobblehead old man head.
Exactly, right.
So he was taking a picture of a selfie in his workout clothes. I was like, that's something not right about that.
Right, just don't. So where's your helpers?
Yeah, exactly.
She was late to her own wedding, like an hour late, and apparently this is nothing new for Al Sharpton's daughter because she is late all the time. She's currently suing for $5 million over an injured ankle. And when the deposition was happening, she was late to that, an hour late there. So everybody who knows Dominique, they know that she's always going to be late.
Right.
Suing for $5 million for a broken ankle.
Everybody at the wedding should sue for her being late.
Right. Harvey Weinstein. Let's give you an update, everybody. Courtney Love called out Harvey Weinstein back in 2005. Kate Winslet did it in 2009.
Yeah, everybody has. They're playing back all these clips of people making jokes about it or whatever.
And more apparent that everybody knew something was up with Harvey Weinstein.
Wow.
Courtney Love was part of Comedy Central's roast of Pam Anderson. On the red carpet, she was asked if she had any advice for a young girl moving to Hollywood. And Courtney Love replied, if Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party in the Four Seasons, don't go.
Right, because it's always the same ammo. It's like, come up to my room, give me a massage.
Right.
I'm wearing a towel.
So gross.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, and it's sad because now people are speaking up pretty crazy. And this guy, remember Corey Feldman?
Yes.
And he was friends with Corey Haim.
The two Coreys.
Right, and apparently they were taken advantage of by, like, I guess, like the gay Harvey Firesteins or the
Harvey Weinstein?
Or what? Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So that would be Ron Perlman.
Right, right, stuff like that.
Okay.
No, but he was talking about this on a talk show years ago, saying that, like, he couldn't explain it how it was, but it was a machine, and everybody was in on it, and they were like corralled and like treated certain ways, and he saw it all happening, and he says that's how Hollywood works.
Yes,
and he was like, nobody's listening to me.
Right,
you know what I mean?
And I'll get to that in a second about how the wheels worked for Harvey Weinstein. But Kate Winslet, she's also somebody that called out Harvey Weinstein. She did in 2009. She did it by not calling him out. That was the year she won the Oscar for The Reader, and it was produced by the Weinstein Company, and she didn't thank Harvey.
Oh, in the thank you speech.
Yeah, and she says now that was intentional. If people aren't well behaved, why would I thank him?
Whoa.
The fact that I'm never going to have to deal with Harvey Weinstein again as long as I live is one of the best things that's ever happened, and I'm sure the feeling is universal.
Well, it's pretty crazy because they removed him from the Academy situation, being on that board or whatever.
He's been booted from the Motion Picture Academy.
Right, and so a lot of people are saying, well, then what's taking them to take action against Cosby so long?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's like because they really have been silent on him.
They have.
And
but
he's still a member.
Is he a member?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, he's going to have to get out. And then speaking of the inner workings, there's an intern that says Harvey Weinstein and the sex assaults date back to his beginning with the company. That was
back in 1920.
1981.
Okay.
So that's even further because people were saying this went back to like 1990. This intern's like, nope, it was even further.
There's a documentary on Netflix about the Hollywood machine. And back in the day, they literally, this is how overt it was when Hollywood first started. They would get actresses and they'd say, okay, take this pill and go in that room. And they would just put them in bedrooms, and men would just come have their way with them.
What?
And
Actresses?
they had showed up, and the next day they had to be like extras on the set. But it just came with the territory. Like
what?
Yeah, for sure.
That's ridiculous.
So that because of that behavior, it all kind of like
it makes
trickled
sense.
down, and now
how much do you want to be in movies?
Right.
You know, like do you want to be famous?
For sure.
I'm the guy that can or can't make it happen.
Well, and then think of all the actresses who aren't talking because they're like, I am famous because I hooked it up with her.
right. And
you know
what the
ones that didn't run away,
the burden, what they have to bear. But anyways, this lady who's a grandmother of 3 now because it was back in 1981. She said one day an auditor told her to take a bunch of checks to Harvey Weinstein's hotel room to get him signed. You ready? When I got into the room, I realized that he was holding a hand towel around his waist. Then Harvey dropped the towel to grab the folder full of checks from me, sat on the bed with the folder over his groin, and pointed to the checks and asked me why we were paying for this or why we were paying for that one.
He thinks like it's a porno.
Harvey later complained of his sore shoulder and asked this girl for a massage, and she said that's not in my job description. Then he tried to encourage me by telling me what a fantastic opportunity it was for me to be a part of the project. I told him I was happy to be a part of the project, but I wouldn't touch him, and he finally gave up and signed all the checks. You know, like, how much did you want to push back, and how hot were you that he didn't want you?
Just like, he signed all the checks with his wiener.
Right.
He's like, I better dot that I.
And finally, Joe Jonas is engaged to
Woman.
Sophie Turner.
Who's she?
Sophie Turner is the really hot. She's Sansa on Game of Thrones. She's
the redhead?
one of the sisters
From X-Men?
Yeah. She's a good choice, isn't she? She's great.
No, I hated her in X-Men.
Oh, no, never mind.
No, because she's supposed to be, what's her name? The girl that was the...
Rogue.
She's supposed to be, yeah.
No, not Rogue.
No.
The Phoenix chick.
Right, the hot chick.
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Thank you.
And I was like, so I saw her and I was like, you're not Jean Grey.
You
But everybody else,
hating on her?
no, I don't know. But I mean, fine, I guess I'll get Nick.
Yeah, you always wanted Nick anyways, didn't you?
I guess, but he has weird nipples.
Joe Jonas.
Joe has better pecs.
Yeah, because Nick, for as much as he works out his arms,
Yeah, he's got some
he
kind
can't
of weird,
build it
yeah,
in the
I don't
chest.
know.
Very strange.
I mean, clearly, who's going to kick him out of bed?
I know. He is short,
he's
though.
a good second choice.
Joe Jonas is 28. Sophie Turner's 21. And he shared a photo of their hands and Sophie's large new engagement ring with the caption, "She said yes," and then she did the same photo. "I said yes."
Well, whatever.
Fan reactions have been mixed. Of course, you have the people who are diehard Joe Jonas
fans, right.
Die Now Sophie Turner fans. But for the most part, everybody is really happy that they're together.
Except for Larry.
Except
Whatever.
for Larry.
No, I'm okay with it. Whatever.
Well, now that he knows, I thought he was going to be so excited. She's the girl from X-Men. I do like her. Seal of approval.
Maybe if I watched Game of Thrones, I would like her.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
even
okay.
there, I'm like, nah.
Oh, really?
Like, if out of the siblings, I wouldn't care if she died.
Okay.
Right.
So wait a minute. So that was Joe Jonas. He's off the market.
Yes.
And Nick Jonas is still on the market.
Yeah.
And nobody cares about Kevin.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kevin, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say hello and thank you to everybody that came out to Larry H. Miller Nissan on Saturday. But unlike Kathie, I don't remember any of your names. So
You probably told him that while you were meeting him, right?
I don't know, but there were some really cool people up there, and they were excited to get that deal where you text
The $500 off?
Yeah, you text Nissan to 303-728-3420, and so I was. People were like, "Oh, hey, where you guys at?" And I was telling them about the app. So it was really nice to meet you. So and so, so and so, and so and so, and your little daughter, so and so.
So cute, wasn't she?
So adorable.
I love it.
There was this one couple. I was like, they had a baby, and I was like, you need me to watch your kid. I know how to watch kids. They're like, oh no, we know you know how to watch kids.
Yeah,
because they hear us talk about it.
Yeah, a lot of parents wish they had Gunkle Larry.
Gunkles are cooler than regular uncles.
Yeah.
We just come with more flair and jazz hands.
Right. And shoes that fit our kids.
Right.
Right. Thank you. Speaking of, so Gianna's now wearing, like, I'm so happy that she is now starting to wear Avery's
hand-me-downs.
clothes.
Right.
Because Avery didn't wear a lot of them. So now,
Right.
so Gianna's rocking those little white and hot pink Nikes.
Oh, that's so cute.
That you got Avery.
Right, because they grow so fast, like they can't even wear the clothes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Avery, and Gianna's in it. She's only she's about to be 2 years old.
Uh-huh.
She can totally fit a 3-year-old.
Oh, no, she's definitely like...
She needs something roomy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and they're not like fat. They're just like...
Gianna's just stocky.
Right, but I mean, she's so little. You know what I mean? When I pick her up, she's still light.
Right.
Like Abe's like, when I pick her up, I'm holding a teenager.
Right, and Avery doesn't help you either. Like
Right,
some
she
kids,
wants to be dead weight.
Some kids will like understand they got to wrap their legs around
Right, do
your
the
waist.
monkey legs.
Right.
Right.
She doesn't. She just like even her feet, just everything just hangs there when you pick her up like a rag doll.
It means everything to me when Gianna shows up and comes right to me, because there was a time where she was just so shy and into your leg.
Of everyone, yeah.
It's so annoying.
It was.
And so now that she comes in and she's like, she does this little thing where she kind of puts her hands to her chest and she puts her head down, and I'm like, come here, and then she lets me pick her up.
She's like, oh God, okay, let's do this.
And every time I talk to parents that, like, when I talk about the girls, which is all the time to
Yes.
strangers, I have 2 nieces. Everybody says, oh man, you got them at the awesome time.
Right now, their age.
Right, and so I'm like, why? What happens?
I think they start to become self-aware.
And then they call you fat.
Exactly.
Right.
I
They're
think
like,
that's
enjoy it now.
I think that's just around
We'll
the
soon be
corner.
calling you fat and double chin.
So I have to tell you what Facebook is up to. Did you hear that they're now partnering with restaurants to do food delivery services through Facebook?
Well, I keep hearing about all these apps where you can get this food, and you hear all this that
Like GrubHub.
Well, and
Yeah.
Chipotle was supposed to start delivering, or you heard that maybe even Taco Bell was going to deliver food or whatever, and nobody does it. Like, you go on these sites,
Yeah.
and they don't they have to have a list of approved restaurants that they deliver
Yes,
to,
right.
and none of them are ever any restaurant that you know.
Oh, so it's,
It's like Bill's Tacos or the bar down the street.
But then don't you think that's also because we're here in Denver where we have a bunch of foodies and a bunch of different choices that you don't have the normal chains?
No.
Isn't that a good thing?
No, I think what it is that these national chains are like, we don't want to put our food in the hands of some company that could get it there and it could be cold and not represent us.
Right, because like you always say, if you go to Chipotle, you want that taste.
Right.
You know exactly what you're getting.
Well, yeah,
and
yeah.
if it's delivered cold, then it
You'd
would
be kind of
alter it.
upset, and then Chipotle looks bad on Chipotle.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
I guess that's my assumption of why they don't pair up with Grubstub or Hub.
Any of those?
Right? Do you use Grubhub?
I live in the middle of nowhere, so they wouldn't deliver
Yeah,
to there even if it was regular delivery service. GrubHub is not an option. But a lot of them are in trial markets. You got to realize, it's just like when they give Doritos and they try it in a certain city, and then if a bunch of people like it, then they let it go everywhere.
Yes.
In time, GrubHub will be the exact same way.
They're saying that GrubHub shares dropped last month after Amazon restaurants teamed up with a new network of Applebee's and Chipotle.
I got screwed because I went to the GrubHub or one of those stupid food delivery apps.
Yeah.
And it let me order a bunch of Famous Dave's.
Yum.
Okay. So I ordered it up, and then all of a sudden a text came back and said, your order cannot be placed because we don't have an affiliation. We don't deliver for them.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that sucks. So got on the phone, placed the order, sent somebody that was at the house to go pick it up, and then before he gets back, here comes some girl from the delivery place.
What?
With the same meal I just reordered from them.
Okay,
So now I had to pay for that meal, which was the trash can lid.
Okay,
And
so
then-
that's a $50 meal.
And I sent somebody else to go get the other trash can
I
lid.
was the somebody else.
Oh, you were there.
Yeah, I remember.
So you
that.
you guys feasted that day like kings.
No. I think I even left after that. So we had 2 trash can lids and one less person to feed everyone.
So everybody got
Why
a
didn't you
big
just take a trash
to
can
go
lid
Yeah, I
home.
should have.
Right,
Yeah,
everybody got
exactly.
a
A
to-go
to-go
container.
box.
Hey, we've been there before when Larry has over-ordered pizza or something, and
Yeah.
you get to take a whole pizza home.
Yep.
Hey, that's right.
It's fantastic.
It's like a promotion. I'm a winner.
But anyways, Facebook said it partnered with restaurants including Chipotle, Jack in the Box, Five Guys, and Papa John's.
Okay, so I'm down with the Chipotle thing.
Yeah, me too. So U.S. Users can order food for takeaway or delivery directly through the app or website.
That way you can't see us jipping you with cheese. With no cheese.
Chipotle,
Little cheese, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
That's why I could never trust it. That's exactly why I couldn't do the drive-through at Chipotle or have it delivered, because I need to be there to tell the lady that it's not enough cheese.
Right, and you didn't put enough chicken on that scoop. You're supposed to that's supposed to be the chicken.
See?
It's like, I love when there's somebody new there and they put a ton.
Yeah.
And you're like, clearly you're new. I'll be leaving you a tip.
Right.
Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J, Wiggins in the house.
So people on the text line, GrubHub sucks in my neighborhood. I'm in Green Valley Ranch. They have 3 places that deliver. Not very many options. Just like you said, Larry, I deleted the app.
Exactly, and the thing is, Green Valley Ranch is where ranch dressing comes from, so you figured they'd have some good stuff.
And then there's a map too of all the delivery areas. So Larry, I don't know if you're in that
the
map
zone?
but
Yeah,
someone
you're
sent
in
that.
it. You're in it. That goes, it looks like 270's the border up to 120th.
I know, again, though,
Over to Arvada,
to
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
Wow, I'm even covered in that.
if you go onto the apps, there's different ones. There's Uber Eats and all this other
Right.
stuff, and it'll literally just give you the 5 restaurants that are closest to you that participate.
So you're saying even though the region boundaries for the delivery zone is huge, it looks like it's the entire Metro Denver area. In your area, you could have 2 places.
Hey, call us if I'm wrong. Call me if you've used GrubHub or
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah, Uber Eats 303-728-3420. Does it work? Can you get name brand restaurant stuff?
Yeah.
It's time for. All out on 3. 1, 2, 3. All out. 1, 2, 3.
Larry, you look very on sports.
Okay,
Yeah, bummer, dude.
I know it really was.
Painful.
It was painful. We just never got off the ground, and It was so sad because I made this Instagram like moving video that was like, touchdown, go Broncos. I
Right.
was like, I'll be posting this a lot. So I kept bringing it up, and I even had everything ready to go, and I was just ready to hit send. So every time we were in possession, I was like, okay, here it is. So finally, when we finally got a touchdown.
In the fourth quarter.
Yep. I sent it anyway, damn it, because I made it.
And something Larry Uleberry makes isn't going to waste.
Yeah, I was like, at least you made one touchdown so I could use it.
Going into the game, I was so excited because
We were favored.
I was busy all day. Well, we're favored. The Giants were 0-5, so
Right.
I mean, but it was also I'm sorry, Larry Uleberry on sports. Well, then you tell me why Bronco fans should have been excited at the beginning of the game.
Well, because
What had happened earlier in the day? That I'm sorry, Larry.
they had a big giveaway at the
Did
stadium.
they?
Yeah,
Yeah, huh?
And you got a free slice of pizza. That's
No.
why people were freaking out.
No, I know.
Because Peyton Manning's brother came by. Is that why?
Because Eli was here with the Giants.
Right. And they were like, tell
came
Peyton
by.
we said hi.
No.
Tell Peyton we said hi.
Okay,
Was
I
Peyton
know
there?
I know you already know this, Larry,
Okay,
but
but-
it had something to do with other teams earlier in the day.
Oh, there's other teams?
Oh my God! Because the Chiefs and the Raiders had both lost.
Oh, right.
So if we won, we had a chance to move ahead in the division.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Everybody already knows that,
Do
Kathie.
they? Okay,
You're
my bad.
stating the
Okay,
obvious.
so when we first started, and then tell me about the first drive. I mean, what did you think about the game after the very first
My first drive?
Broncos possession?
Okay,
Or Broncos possession.
Okay, my first drive.
No, the Broncos possession, the first drive. I mean, what did you think about the game? Oh.
understand. I was trying to get a joke in there. I mean, like, here's the thing. I watched the whole game, but I don't remember the first drive. Anyway, this isn't a quiz get Larry thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is just us talking about the game.
Okay, well then, overall, what was your opinion as to why the scoring? What happened? What happened to the Broncos?
I think that the Giants came in with with that, like, we have nothing to lose. Let's give it our all.
Okay, yeah.
So they had that going for them, and then we just couldn't get my favorite boy band. We could not get my favorite boy band.
Sorry, they didn't have any receivers on the Giants end, so
and they still
rushed
romped
us. So it wasn't like them wanting to try harder because they had nobody.
Right. For sure. I don't know what it's going to take to fix that because I don't really know. But we really got to get on it.
that whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Sure. Right.
It.
And that's Larry Uleberry.
On sports. Blazing It Radio, Larry Uleberry, Kathie J. Wiggins. We just did Larry Uleberry on sports, but I feel like we didn't really get into the Colin Kaepernick thing.
Yeah, we didn't get there.
Right. So let's talk about that because is he suing?
He's filed a grievance accusing NFL owners of blackballing him.
Oh, so is a grievance come before a lawsuit, or how does it work?
I don't know.
Right.
I think that it is a grievance is technically
Is a lawsuit.
is a lawsuit. Yeah.
It's crazy because our agent is on Colin Kaepernick's team,
Uh-huh.
and he's like part of helping him and he's also the agent of his girlfriend.
You're right.
But what's funny is, like, I kept telling our agent, I was like, probably should get Colin on the show. Probably be nice if we could have him. And he's like, I'll try. He's like, but I guess Colin is just like kind of media silent right now.
Yes,
So
right.
he's not doing anything with anybody.
Right.
I
As
was
he
like,
should
but
be.
when he's ready, we're ready too.
Colin is still doing a lot of his charity stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's still going and helping kids and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, that is cool. So does he have, when you file a grievance, what happens after that?
So he filed a grievance against the NFL, and that was yesterday, accusing the league of making a secret pact to keep him out.
So true.
Well, they say obviously no NFL owner or team is obligated to sign him, and it was his choice to become a free agent. And filing the grievance probably makes it even less likely that a team will want to sign him.
Right.
But he does have this in his corner.
Is that he was on one knee before everybody else did, before it took Trump calling everybody else a son of a bitch to wake everybody
well, no,
up.
it took Trump calling him a son of a bitch to wake everyone else up.
Right.
Because, Trump was calling Colin a son
Right,
of a
and he called the other ones.
Right. Anyone else that does
Right,
it with
right.
Colin. Right. Well, but a lot of people say, well, maybe Colin Kaepernick wasn't that good to begin with. Maybe that's why, he's not getting signed. But when you look at this, 39 quarterbacks have been signed since Colin Kaepernick became a free agent.
Damn.
Many of them are no-name guys just coming out of the woodwork. So whether you agree or not, there might be a little bit of
and
a
Kaepernick
blackball
went to the
incident.
Super Bowl, so it's not like he's just some guy who's like, oh, maybe he's good, maybe he's not good. He proved himself that he's able to lead a team where they need to go.
And he's put on more muscle. So I'm sorry, Larry.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
Okay, yeah.
Where he's bulked up, so he's probably even better.
Right. So it's going to be very difficult for Colin Kaepernick to prove that the owners are working together on it, but some hard evidence would be the fact that 39 quarterbacks have been chosen and he wasn't one of them. Mm-hmm. It would also be the fact that they're saying that Colin Kaepernick, whether they agreed to as the owners, they also probably agreed that it wasn't worth the distraction, the controversy, the potentially driving a wedge into their fan base by taking him on.
Well, and then he's got Mark Garagos as his attorney, and that guy always wins.
Like Michael Jackson, Mark Garagos?
Yeah.
Really?
That's his attorney.
Oh, yeah, so he should win. He's going to be fine.
Most like Ezekiel Elliott, the running back for the Cowboys, they go through the NFL Players Association for their lawyers and all that stuff, and that's supposed to who represents them for any court case. He went to him, to Mark Garagos, and completely passed the NFLPA, so it's pretty interesting to see.
Well, good.
It's crazy. I just saw Mark Garagos on the Chris Brown documentary on Netflix. It's about Chris Brown and the whole thing.
With Rihanna, or how he just was on that downward spiral of vandalism and crap?
The whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So he goes into the literally the whole night. He talks about everything, and at one point he was saying that when he meets with Mark Garagos, that Mark Garagos goes off on him. You
I
idiot. Can't keep saving your ass, you dumbass. So it's nice to know that somebody can yell at Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
right, because he has to take it.
Right,
it's
exactly.
a lawyer.
Exactly. You're paying him to yell at you.
Right. that
awesome.
makes me feel better.
Right.
Yeah.
Blazing It Radio, Larry Ulibarri, Kathie J. Wiggins, on the recent episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, God.
Mom is watching the kids with Scott.
Okay.
All the kids. And so North is there. And so the mom, she's like, who's your favorite rapper, North? And she's like, Kanye West.
Oh,
it was so cute.
She's supposed to say that.
Adorable. Right. They probably had 8 takes.
Exactly.
She's like, Tyga.
Right. No, she'd never say Tyga.
Well, I don't know.
No, she'd...
Depends
Drake,
on preference. It's her preference. Stupid news is coming up. What's up, Kathie?
So a guy kisses a fish for good luck. And then goes into cardiac arrest when it gets lodged in his throat.
Oh, my God.
You're not supposed to kiss it like that.
Yeah, not French kiss it.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
Come on and clap.
It's Kathie J's Stupid News.
Oh, there's so much good stupid news this morning.
What to pick?
Oh, what to pick. Well, let's... All right.
Thanks, stupid people.
Yeah, right? Thank you. Okay, I'll try to get a little something of everything. A couple gets caught having sex in a bar bathroom. And then again in a porta potty outside.
Okay, that's way over the line. You're really horny if you can do it in there.
I don't even like to pee in a porta potty.
Exactly. I hate to even have to stand it.
You kind of hold your breath the whole time.
You do.
At least us guys, they now make them with where a urinal's kind of right next to them sometimes.
Yeah, right,
so you don't
right.
have to pee in the hole.
Right.
Because who knows what's down there, Pennywise.
Oh, disgusting. But the hole's always open. But there's always some sort of weird bar of soap at the bottom of your urinal.
Oh, those are called urine cakes.
Oh, thanks you very much. I didn't know that.
Urinal cakes. I don't know. They're made
it's for keeping it clean. Okay.
Make it fresh.
Well, so a 26-year-old guy and a 28-year-old chick were having sex in the ladies' bathroom in an Irish pub in Tennessee.
Have you guys ever done it in a public bathroom?
I know I've done some heavy petting,
okay,
but I don't know if I've
never
gone all the way.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
I don't know if it was a public bathroom. It was a friend's house.
Yeah.
Okay. So that doesn't
well,
count.
if it was a friend's house, you should have gone all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to. Do we even want to ask you?
Duh.
Okay. Yeah, he's done it. So Tennessee. People having sex Saturday in the pub because somebody called the cops and an officer told him, get dressed and get out, right?
Okay.
So They went out to get a ride home because they were both drinking, right? So they got dressed and left, and they didn't go home. Instead, they stumbled to a porta potty that was in the parking lot of the Irish pub and started getting it on there.
Wow. I mean, what happened to behind the dumpster?
Try that, right?
That probably smells better than a porta potty.
Oh, I just can't even imagine because, her hands had to go up on the walls.
Right.
At some point.
Yeah, because it's a rockin'.
Right. Oh, God.
And blue juice is splashing.
Oh, disgusting. Here's the funny part. Cops sat in their car and watched the couple come out.
They're like, don't stop this. It's going to make stupid news.
Yep.
Just leave it.
Cops watched them leave the bar and go right to the porta potty, and this time they didn't get a warning. They both got arrested for public intoxication, indecent exposure. They were taken to jail, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, if they got indecent exposure, that means they were fat. Because if they were fit, it would have been decent exposure.
We had a good chance it was going to be decent with both of them being in their 20s. But
yeah, who knows?
A guy lives in the woods for 10 years, all just to get away from his wife.
All right, so she's just blabbing and blabbing, then he's packing up his truck.
You don't do this. And my sister's husband
Where's
does
my
that.
tent? Where's my fishing poles?
Yeah. So this might be the most extreme passive-aggressive way anybody's ever gotten out of their marriage. About a decade ago, a guy in his 50s, his name's Malcolm, he's from England. He was so sick of his wife. According to friends, he always said...
Where you think you're going? We've got to pay bills. You didn't save enough for your retirement, so I have to work as well.
Yeah.
I sound like Sharon Osbourne.
I was going to say, is that
little doggies.
Is that Sharon Osbourne?
Little Aussie doggies.
So he told his friends and stuff he was so sick of her complaining.
Because she never stopped talking. She talked about pots of tea and this and that.
And then
the Queen and Princess Di and the death of her. And what's happening to the sons. And what's happening to them is not even one's father, the redhead.
So thank God, now I agree with him. He disappeared right off the map.
And it got quiet as he went away. The father he got the this. Why did
One day he just vanished and nobody heard from him again for 10 years.
And he lived happily ever after.
Exactly right.
If you would like to leave your family, especially your wife.
He recently turned up again at a center called Amos Greenwich, and it helps homeless people get back on their feet. Turns out Malcolm had been living in the woods for 10 years right next to the community center for senior citizens. So he worked there as a gardener. At night, he'd
go to his little cubby
back
hole
into the woods.
Wow.
Eventually, Malcolm heard about this homeless center and decided to head there for an interview to work. He moved in. Now, at age 62, he's putting his life back together.
And she's still at home going,
then the water's leaking everywhere. Did you see that? Prince Charles isn't feeling very well.
Malcolm has gotten back in touch with his sister, but not the wife.
Anymore. He's got health problems. Yes, health problems. It's something having to do with his heart. Maybe even cancer.
Shut up. And finally...
Why don't you shut up, bloody Americans?
I'm sure the news has gotten back to her that he's surfaced and didn't want to see her.
Well, then take me in a cab to see him. I'm sure he's dying to see me.
And, yeah, he's dying all right. And finally, a guy kisses a fish for good luck and then goes into cardiac arrest when the fish gets lodged in his throat.
Okay, then don't pick up a fish and kiss it for good luck.
And don't kiss it like that where your mouth is open.
Right. Just feed it some little fish food.
So a 28-year-old guy in England, his name's Sam. Sam was fishing off a pier with some friends, and there's a superstition out there.
Where's this at?
In England.
Okay, I can keep the accent
No,
then.
damn.
Sorry about that.
Did you hear that, Sam? He swallowed the fish, went into cardiac arrest, made the stupid news in Colorado.
Yes, he did.
So, there's an old superstition that it's good luck to fish a kiss the first
Kiss a fish.
Kiss the first fish.
That's why Larry used to date women. He thought it was for good luck, and he definitely kissed a fish or two, didn't you, Larry?
Yes, right on the mouth.
Okay, so kiss the first fish you catch for the day.
Okay, so that's supposed to bring you good luck.
Yes, exactly. So in this case, it was a 6-inch fish called a Dover sole. So Sam was holding it up to his lips, and it slipped out of his hands, shot forward, and got lodged in his throat.
And then he was choking and went into cardiac arrest?
Yes, he couldn't pull it back out because it was too far down, and the barbs on the dorsal fin were stuck in the windpipe.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's
Did
so
he
painful.
die?
He couldn't breathe, went into cardiac arrest. Friends started CPR, called for help. Thank God paramedics got there a few minutes later.
He had to breathe through the fish's mouth and out its butt. He was actually getting air out of the fish's butt.
The paramedics could only see the tip of the fish's tail, but a paramedic named Matt managed to yank it out with forceps. And then they restarted his heart, and he's okay.
He's okay, everybody.
Okay.
He's alive. And he will forever have fish breath.
Yeah.
Time for another hit.
This my station.
Blazing Hit Radio.
Kathy, apparently it took me like to lose 35 pounds to stop snoring, which kind of was a game changer for us because I'm sure it was like, I guess, annoying Chris.
Oh, the snoring? Of course. Hell yeah.
So, like, because you have to deal with that. Mr. Efficient has a machine or something.
Yeah, Mr. Efficient has the CPAP machine for his sleep apnea, but he doesn't use it a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's dangerous.
Because it doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's like, I still feel like I haven't slept. I've only slept 15 minutes when I use that. So.
You know, I thought of him the other day because there was a new product that was out specifically for...
Was it the Zipa? Call the Zipa now.
No.
Order the Zipa.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want the Zipa? Call now.
I thought about ordering the
You gotta
Zipa.
hate that guy.
Right. I thought about ordering the Zipa. He's really, like, convincing and selling
But it doesn't work. It's a stupid mouth guard. What were you saying, Wayne?
But I'm gonna find it because it was an updated like 21st century because that machine that he had, I imagine, was just the traditional one that they've used.
It's the one that looks like, the
Darth
fighter
Vader,
pilot.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'd always be like, talk to me, Goose, from Top Gun, because it looks like he's a fighter jet.
Well, and then I saw that they have a commercial for one. I told him, I was like, it's one that's self-cleaning.
Oh, that's
because the
one
tubes
we
are
need.
important to keep clean because you can get sinus infection and stuff.
Every night you have to clean those things.
Right, for sure. But like I can see how some people, if you happen to have the luxury of a spare bedroom,
You
how
go
some
sleep
people
in it.
go sleep in it.
My sister and brother-in-law always slept in different beds, like because he snored like crazy, and it wasn't sleep apnea. He just snored. The whole family snored. The ladies in the family snored. So they always slept in separate beds. It was crazy.
Well, and that's going to not be good ultimately because then now all of a sudden...
Where's the intimacy?
Exactly.
Like it leads to other things, you would think, because the more you separate yourself from your partner, the easier it is to forget him.
Sometimes it's harder to sleep without... I mean, I sleep better when Chris is in the bed. You know what I mean?
I do too.
Right.
Right. So, but here's a new thing. According to a new survey, 1 in 4 couples... So if we had one more person here this morning, one of
well,
us.
it'll be Aldo here or Shannon.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely solo sleepers, right?
I don't know.
They look at me like, I mean, to me, I think both of them are the type of people that would want their own space.
No. Aldo sleeps like he looks exactly like a corpse with the hands crossed
His hands
over.
are crossed.
Right.
His feet are crossed.
Right.
So 1 in 4 couples say that they regularly sleep in separate beds.
Okay, so...
And only 38% of those couples say it's because they're having problems with their relationships. 60% say they prefer to sleep alone.
Just to get the good night's sleep.
Right, so it's not the snoring, because only a quarter of people do it because somebody snores.
You know what was ruining my sleep? I've talked about it before, is the fact that I let Yoshi on the bed.
Yes.
And he became this, like, big bed hog. And
which all dogs do that if you let them take the room. So most owners or people would be like, move, dog. Like, it's my bed first, and then.
But
you
I'm
try
more
to
like, you're here for a limited time, buddy. You're not going to live as long as me, and so you can have whatever you want.
Right. So Larry's like half on the bed, one
I'll
leg
have
on the floor.
osteoporosis for you, buddy.
Anything so you can get a good night's rest,
but,
even though you'll be sleeping all day while I'm at work too.
So here's the deal.
What?
Ever since the leg surgery, because he had to have his ACL fixed.
Right.
He can't get on the bed, so we still kind of have to help him up the stairs. He's almost there where he can go all the way up the stairs by himself.
Right.
Almost.
Come on, buddy.
But this whole time that his leg has been mended, he has not been allowed on the bed. So now we're just going to keep it that way.
That's what you should do.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm sleeping way better.
Yeah,
It's awesome. So, yeah.
So, and we were just talking about the intimacy thing. Only 28% of the people that are not sleeping together say that they're having less sex. So they're still men will still find a way into your bed.
Exactly. And then the question is, do you let the dog stay in the room while you're having sex?
No.
Or stay on the bed.
No.
Right. All of a sudden you
better
feel
not be on the bed.
You feel a cold nose on your pink balloon knot.
Hey.
Right now, Kathie's dancing on a Corvette, flipping her hair around. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect song for people not sleeping.
Exactly. I love the Beastie Boys.
Yeah, Blazing Hit Radio, Larry Ulebray, Kathie J, Wiggins. We love the fact that our music can go anywhere now.
Yes.
You know, with reggae and throwback and pop and hip hop. I love our station.
Yeah, I was in, New York over the weekend. I went to see my family real fast, and I was telling them, download the app. And so it was just so weird to be like, in the middle of the woods.
Hearing this.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome. They were like, yeah.
Yeah, be sure to tell your friends. If you're streaming it, not everyone knows that we have our own app and that we're back, so you help us.
Yeah, we haven't marketed yet, so we're waiting until the app is on point. So it's funny, is like I got spotted like at least a dozen times this weekend of people going, "Oh, we missed you guys," and they didn't know we were back.
Yes, so please.
Yeah.
Tell as many people.
Yeah, before we do that, let as many people know as you can.
Yep. 303-728-3420 is our text line, and we got a text about not being able to sleep or sleeping in separate bedrooms of your spouse. Good morning. I guess you could say we sleep together and separately. We sleep in the same room, but we have adjustable beds, and when I snore loud, he told me he plays with my bed like a yo-yo.
That's hilarious. You put it up, put it down, put it up, put it down.
Because on the commercial, you just elevate somebody and it goes away.
Exactly.
Supposedly.
Well, I have a wedge pillow that I sleep on.
Oh, it looks like a doorstop?
Right. Sometimes when I, because, I have a crazy acid reflux. So I do that so it doesn't, so it helps you when you sleep. And it's so funny because every time I pull the pillow out, my husband will be like, babe, don't put a wedge between us. Oh, he's so cute.
Everybody's wondering why your acid reflux is so extreme.
Yeah.
Is because
careful now.
Acid reflux is so extreme is because Kathie eats calzones 3 times a day. And right before bed.
I mean, I don't know why that's affecting it. The doctor says it could be what I'm eating, but that's not it.
Well, and then you converted to sausage and peppers. You got rid of the bread.
Right, exactly.
And then it still persisted.
Because I knew the pepperoni was pushing me over the edge.
Right.
So I'm like, well, go sausage peppers. That's your next favorite.
We even tried Mexican.
Yeah, right.
And it still persisted.
Still kept happening. Yeah. This one on the text line, I have sleep apnea and I sleep with the machine. It's a lady talking. And I really feel bad for my husband because, one, I'm scary when I put it on, and the sound of the machine is so loud that I can't sleep without it. We sleep pretty much in separate rooms, but we make an effort to be together. Because
he's all, let's meet in the bathroom and do it, and then we'll go back to our own rooms.
Because it's too easy to just go to bed. At one point, we felt like we were neglecting each other, so we made the effort to get back together.
Well, and if your rooms are next to each other, all you got to do is drill a hole in the wall.
No.
I'm just saying.
No.
That might make it better.
No, this is somebody you like. It's not somebody you never want to see again.
Hole. I'm just saying it might be easier. It's like, oh, hey, look, I didn't have to hear your dumb machine, and we still did it.
As she's still on the machine,
right, exactly.
The glory hole.
He doesn't have to see her.
Okay,
that kills the mood.
That took a turn, fellas.
We have Cannabis Chronicles coming up next.
Yeah.
And you know how everybody was all excited about the fact that you thought you could go to a bar eventually and have a vaping section?
Yes.
That might not be happening.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Or maybe it will be. It won't.
We don't know.
No.
It's next.
And now,
are you going to pass that doobie or what? The Cannabis Chronicles.
Get it out. Shout at the rooftops. This is great.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. I was going to say Cannabis Chronicles brought to you by The Green Solution.
Yes. Well, this is, some might say that they've known about this for a while, but they're just putting it out again in the cannabis, that bars have gotten nixed from seeking Denver social marijuana use permits.
Right. So everybody was like, that when they passed that and everybody voted for it, they thought eventually that's where that was heading. Mm-hmm. And now the restriction is you can't do it with a liquor license.
Exactly, right. You can't do it with a liquor license.
I think that was the stipulation that was known, though. You can't mix those two together.
The bars were thinking they would be able to have a special section that was the vape section.
Like if they had a smoking section,
correct,
they could add this to it.
Right. And so I'm just like, I don't kill my dream, because my dream is for us to open one of those lounges.
Maybe.
So, what?
And I'm just throwing out there, maybe the new studio can be in the lounge, and the whole lounge is based around the studio. So the studio could be in the middle, so people could just come in and hang out with us. And
okay,
that's kind of cool.
I've always dreamt of You know how there's a million rundown shopettes?
Yes.
And I want one.
Strip malls, yeah.
Strip mall. And then we put our Cannabis Chill Lounge in there.
Yes.
And then in the shopette is Eula Burger.
Okay.
Which is, we sell burgers. They're all great, amazing burgers, but none of them are real meat.
Okay.
But you would never tell the difference.
All right.
Or maybe I should carry some meat ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you
not
please?
alienate.
Yeah, don't.
Fine.
A lot of people still want their meat.
guy.
Right.
It'll have
judging.
It'll be a non-meat option. How about that?
There, that's
but
all we
Eula
care
burgers
about.
are delicious. And
Okay.
then there's going to be Kathie J's ice cream parlor.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
right.
going to
And
be
my shakes bring all the boys to
the yard. Well, there's this ice cream place that Kathie goes to in New York.
Yes.
That is like
Martha's soft serve ice cream.
right, and it's this
The
amazing
bomb.
place. You know how when you dip your cone, you can get a nice coating on it of chocolate or
You have sprinkles or a
whatever
dip flavor.
Well, usually if you go to Dairy
What flavor?
A dip.
dip flavor.
Dip. You dip. We dip.
But like in Dairy Queen, you only get chocolate, cherry, or
The butterscotch. I love the butterscotch.
At Martha's, they have a million flavors.
Right, like coconut.
a dark chocolate,
Peanut.
Right, and they have all kinds of sprinkles.
Toffee.
Right, so
it's amazing.
We're taking that idea, we're putting it in our shop.
And that's where my ice cream is. What does Wiggins get in the shop at?
He gets a karate class where you get a karate chop and punch dummies because he's so mad.
I don't want to be high and punching
Yeah,
dummies.
no one wants to do that. I think it should be a gaming
he's all
section.
grumpy. Oh, there you go.
A gaming section.
Gaming.
Okay, fine.
See, I already like I know Larry's thought it out, but I already had the vision of how it would look, what I would
did
do.
too.
Yeah, so I
Right.
think it would be perfect.
For sure. And I think that inside the big area where the studio is, I think our studio should actually be a big trailer that we sit in.
Ooh,
And so we sit in the
I
trailer.
like
People
that.
come in the trailer,
You know what?
and then the outside in this it looks like night. So like when we go to
Yeah,
Disney, we go
and
to the
the
drive-in
sky.
movie, that restaurant that looks like you're in a drive-in.
Yes.
So it looks like it's night, and then our trailer, you see the light coming out of it. It'd be
Right.
super dope.
This is like $1 million
I was gonna say,
facility.
we're gonna need a bigger budget.
Yeah. Better
But-
be doing some good business.
A lot of bars and restaurants are now going to not be able to apply for the new social marijuana use permits, which is going to definitely take a lot of people out of the equation.
Right, because we were hoping this would segue to what Amsterdam is, which
Yep.
that's exactly what that is. You can go have a beer, order your pot, it comes to the table.
Even something they were saying like, and go to the art gallery.
Right.
You know, and walk
Pot
around
night.
the art gallery. Something like that would be cool.
For sure.
There's a lot of different cool things you can do, but
Yeah, exactly. And we can talk about it all day.
totally get lost in that deep art. And now also, more in Cannabis Chronicles, weed delivery by drones
Is that
ain't gonna happen.
Oh, why?
At least in California.
Okay.
Well, come on. Did it ever honestly sound like a good idea to you?
Hey,
You know how many people are going to be shooting those drones down?
well, we would definitely have to be getting pizzas before we started getting
Exactly.
I
that. You know
think
what I mean?
drone delivery is just a bad idea all around.
For
Weed, no
anything.
weed for
Right.
anything. It just does not sound like a good idea.
And you would be right, Wiggins. That's why even Amazon and their drone delivery, it doesn't seem to be happening
You
because.
kill one person, lawsuit.
Exactly. What if the drone falls on somebody or the package that the drone is carrying or.
Or like if people start stealing drones as they're on their way to someplace.
Exactly.
And I've thought about that. So if you have pizza delivery and somebody shoots the drone down,
Yeah.
it releases like elk urine and it goes all over the pizza. You know, because
Oh, so it ruins the product.
exactly. So go eat that.
Yeah, that's a little too elaborate.
Yeah, that was another. That's going to cost $500,000 just to put that.
To try to
release
get the elk
release
urine.
of the elk
It's so
urine,
hard
yeah.
to get it.
God, Larry.
They never pee just in one place. And then you have to get your little bucket and you're trying to get the pee and it's like, it's freaking out because you're a person and you're buying
Right,
it.
and why are you right?
Right,
and elk,
exactly.
elk can be mean.
Right, and so
Elk
now
can
you're
be
trying to
very
get the
mean.
pee and now there's dirt
right,
in it.
Right.
Ugh.
See, was that worth it?
No, it wasn't.
Exactly.
Guess I'll just go to Eula Burger.
This isn't me.
You're listening to my mommy, Kathie J, on Go Where Aunt Wiggins. Boy that hit radio.
If you have kids, you know the importance of their favorite stuffed animal. You also know losing it can be a nightmare. But what about you? Life as an adult is much more difficult than a child's life. And just like our kids, we have fits of anger and moments of weakness. But now, introducing Adult Lambie. It's just like your child's Lambie, but bigger.
I was recently let go from my job, and normally I would cry and make a big scene at the office. But with Adult Lambie, I was able to collect my things and walk out with my head held high.
Thanks, Adult Lambie.
Adult Lambie is made with soft fabric and features real satin trim.
Wow, when me and my wife argue, which is all the time, I never win. Never. If it weren't for Adult Lambie, I'd probably be on heroin.
Order Lambie now and receive Black Lambie for free. Just pay separate shipping and handling. Call 1-800-BAD. That's 1-800-BAD. Adult Lambie, because grown-ups can lose their too.
Lammy, lammy, lammy. Yeah. Lammy, lammy, lammy. I had
So
Avery in the
cute.
studio to cut that. Isn't she adorbs?
Yes, she is.
Oh.
And I'm sure you didn't have to twist her arm or have her do a bunch of takes, right? She probably was right on point.
Yeah, no, they were hanging out, and it was funny because Gianna was trying to talk at the same time as Avery.
She does that.
Right, for sure.
Right.
And
Is it a competition?
No,
type
she
thing?
just wants to
No,
do
it's
whatever Avery's doing.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's
So-
just I'm learning how to talk, and if it's time to talk, let's all talk.
Yeah. Okay.
And then her main word is Avery.
Uh-huh.
Avery.
She also likes to say no.
Right.
Avery, no. So we were on a walk yesterday because I was like, got to get the kids out of the house, enjoy this fresh air. So Avery's got her little stroller with Lambie in it. Of course, Lambie has to be the baby.
Lammy.
Thank you, guys. And so she starts taking off, and Gianna's in her stroller. Avery, no. Avery, no.
And you know why she says that?
Why?
Is because all Avery says is, Gianna, no.
True, right.
Gianna, no.
I never thought of that.
Right.
So that's all Gianna hears.
Yes.
My God, it's crazy.
She thinks that's a greeting.
She's going to be 2 years old in a couple weeks.
That's freaking me out.
It's totally freaking me out.
People used to say that before we had kids.
Right.
I say we.
Because, they're
we're-
yours
Larry's
too.
the dad.
We're kin.
Yeah, right.
But no. Before people would say, "Oh, they grew up so fast." You hear those dumb phrases.
Yeah, always.
Oh, they grew up so fast, and we're like, they do grow up so fast.
You grow up really fast.
Right.
Right. Gianna's so much bigger than Avery. Like, she's wearing Avery's clothes that Avery was like a year ahead wearing.
Gianna's wearing Kathie's clothes when she
Right.
first got into radio.
Right, exactly. Okay, so there's this new study that just came out, and it just goes to show how much we are all like, we need the social gratification of social media.
And you know why?
Why?
Because, nuclear war is looming.
Uh-huh.
You never know what happens when you turn the news on. You're
Tomorrow
like, oh, what's
isn't
happening?
guaranteed.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so
right.
we're all stressed out. So it's like our only little place we can go, oh, look, somebody commented on what I said, or they liked it.
Somebody likes me.
Right.
They really like me.
Somebody likes the food I microwaved.
No, it's not about the food you microwaved.
Okay.
It's about the places you go.
Ah.
A new study finds that people mainly actually just go to places strictly because they think it'll get likes on their photo.
Oh, so in other words, you like go to the hip place so people can see you there.
Yes.
And then everybody's like, oh, that was cool. You went to that hip place.
Right, because if you only post pictures of you at home eating pizza, watching TV on Saturday night,
Boring.
the likes dry up. Let's admit it, everyone.
Boring.
The likes dry
Right.
up.
Exactly. Anybody can nuke a frozen meal and take a picture of it.
But a new study out of the University of Georgia found that 86% of us, so come on, that's everybody, say that they're motivated to go somewhere if they know they're going to get a social return. So likes on the photos or videos or social media means that's what's making us go.
So are you talking about like just places we go in the day? Are you talking about like
Just something
vacation?
cool,
Like if you go to Disney World, of course
Right.
you're going to get a ton of likes because everybody's there. But
Right.
I don't go to Disney World to get a bunch of likes. I go to Disney World because it's Disney World.
No, a bunch of people are going to Disney World because they know it's one of the factors of why they want to go is because they know they're going to get a lot of
ton
likes.
Yeah, so when you end up at one of those clubs or the pool parties in Vegas,
Yeah.
that's when everybody's phones are out.
Right, exactly. That's
And you're
when
like,
you
I
want
saw boobies.
Right, concerts. I got,
Right.
I got to go to this restaurant that everybody's talking about. You're only doing it so you can get that social media post.
Right. But that's cool because then we're getting people out and about.
Yeah.
They're not just standing
I
on their
guess
couch.
there is something about that.
Right.
But the motivation,
Right.
well, I guess you're right. At the end of the day, you're
And
getting
we got you off your ass.
You're getting your ass off the couch.
Go
So-
find a Pokemon.
Yeah. Send us your selfies right now.
Oh, yeah,
303-728-3420. There's a bunch of people. Just send it to us. You know you're listening right now. Just do it.
Take a picture of where you're at and send it to us. Yeah, and we'll give you we'll give the best one a $50 Green Solution gift card.
How'd that turn into a contest all of a sudden?
303-728.
'Cause it's Larry
303-728-3420. He's the one who just thought of it.
I just said to submit him. I was
Right,
going to
you
give
just
a
said
prize.
submit him. But
But
hey,
we have prizes.
We do.
We
So
do.
Larry loves to give them away.
Blazing Hit Radio, we got to give props to Annalisa
Yeah, producer Annalisa.
from the Everyday Show.
Yes.
She filled in for Kathie when Kathie was sick on Friday, and that was really sweet of her.
You know what? She said it was a dream come true. So thank you guys for letting her come in.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, she doesn't know I'm gay? Oh, that sucks. Poor little girl.
No, she knows. She was our intern before she became my
that's
producer.
right. And she realized that I
knows.
never talked to her in Only Wiggins.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's like, huh, that's weird.
And the only way you could remember her name is turning it into something pornographic.
Do you remember what that was, Larry?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about that on the air?
No, we didn't.
Oh, I'm shocked.
I think one time I actually said Annalisa, and I was like,
To her?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think
he
I just
did.
mispronounced her name.
Yeah.
It's Annalisa.
Yeah.
Or Annalisa.
Annalisa.
not
I don't think anyone is named Annalisa
No,
in
why
the
would they
entire
be?
world.
Anal voice, anal voice.
Although my phone
You
always
feel
wants to
lovely
change it to Annalisa. When I go to type it in, it corrects me. And I'm like, no,
She's like, not tonight, Kathy.
It's not happening.
Props to her.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
she
was
did great.
It was really nice of her to come in.
You left to New York the next day.
I did. I went home to see. So my father passed away in February, and kind of the stuff of what we do. Like you need the distraction when something that heavy happens in your life. So I was back on the air with you
Right.
the week after it happened, and it was
Right.
kind of like I was expected to be doing business as usual.
Right. You have the girls too.
Right. And with our job, you have to be in a good mood.
It's what we
'cause
do.
You're trying to get everybody else in a good mood.
Can you tell Wiggins that?
No, he has no sympathy on his face right now. Starting a company is very hard.
I
Larry.
know. It's hard on all of us,
Yes.
but we have to dig deep when we're on the air.
So, right, you got to dig deep. So I was having just a lot of issues. I realized that it wasn't,
You didn't you get
I wasn't
that space.
adjusting very well.
Right. In other words, you needed some closure. You didn't get to really take it all in the
Right.
way you wanted to.
Exactly. So I went back in July, and it was weird being there without him. Then I went back in August for a weekend, and so I just got to go back again. And so this weekend was a lot of like going through stuff and throwing stuff away.
Right.
And what's so sad is everybody out there that keeps buying stuff, and you have all that crap in your house. I'm one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, at the end of the day,
If something happens to you, somebody has to go through all that crap.
well, that.
Oh.
So I did find some gross pornos. I was like, oh, God. My friend Kelly was with me. I was like, Kelly, please go through this box.
Right, I don't
so I
want
didn't have to see it.
Right, for sure.
But at the end of the day, and one of my dad's friends who came over to, say hi and stuff, she was like, at the end of the day, where your life ends up? Out there on the curb.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone throws you out onto the curb. Things that you found so important in your life. That's the hardest thing, is to call something trash that somebody cherished.
I know, but I mean, that doesn't mean we cherish everything we have in a box.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everybody could have been better about getting rid of their crap. So
Right.
not everything's sentimental. But you're right about a sex box or some dirty magazines. And, some people are embarrassed by that. Like, oh, I hope, what's going to happen to me if somebody finds my weird box?
Right.
Well, if anything happens to me, I'm personally having a weird box delivered to everybody that I know and love. So you're going to get a box if something ever happens to me.
I will never open that
Right, I
box.
just don't know, but you still will, because there might be a chance of some money in
Yeah, I
there.
could put some money in
You
there.
could put money in there
No.
just so you'd open it.
No, because Larry has a lot of stuff to fill those boxes.
yes,
so I'm not
I do
gonna.
not.
I'm not.
I'm going to have in
He
Wiggins' box.
did until technology helped him out and he got
Yeah,
rid of the
and he
video.
can
No.
stream it.
It's so
Right.
weird because Chris and I just the other day, like, he still has a whole box of videotape porns,
Yeah.
and DVD porns, and so we're like, what are we supposed to do with those? And I was like, throw them away,
Right.
I
Like
was
that goes in the trash.
right.
Burn.
I know, but there's
Like
some,
double bag it even.
but there's some like classic videos that you're like, well, maybe we should keep that one
Yeah.
of all the surfers, even though we don't have a VCR.
Larry goes out and finds a VCR just to rewatch
Yeah.
that one video of his youth.
And all our Disney movies.
Oh, definitely
Gets
right.
the VHS rewinder.
Right.
Hey,
I do have one of those up in Avery's room because she's got a VHS player to watch
right,
the
and
Disney movies.
Some are shaped like cars.
Yeah, totally. No,
Yeah.
hers is the old school one. You just throw it in the tape. But so it was really cool, and I got to be there and think about changes I want to do to the house to upgrade it and stuff like that. And then the cool thing is at the very right before we left to go head to the airport, it was like, okay, let's take Dad's truck out, give it a little run, and it's up in the Adirondacks. So the trees are just so colorful right now with the leaves changing, and they get like bright red and orange and yellow,
that's cool.
Like seas of just beautiful color in all those trees in the mountains. So we took it out, but it's not plated yet. So we had to go through the backwoods. I didn't want to head out to the main roads.
Well, there's only one sheriff.
Right. Well, there's only one sheriff. But
hey, Bill.
Without the tourism of the summer or the ski resort being open, the sheriffs are kind of bored. So there was a lot of sheriffs driving around.
Oh, wow.
So we were like, let's not risk it. So we took the truck off. There's a road off the little neighborhood he lives in. And we started heading down the dirt road. And we were just like, flying, trying to because the truck won't be driven all winter.
Right.
So we're
you want to get some miles in it.
So we totally, and then so where we found a spot to turn around, and we backed in, and so the road was kind of like in an L shape, and we backed in where the corner, like the elbow of the L shape is. Okay?
Right.
So I back in, and we get out so she can drive it back to the house, because you want to drive the truck, right?
Right.
So we get out of the car. And as we're trading positions, walking around the car, all of a sudden it was like a movie scene. And all of the leaves just started like falling fast and heavy right on top of the truck where we were.
Snowing.
Like it was snowing. And we looked down the road that way, and there were no leaves falling on the road. We looked down the road that way, no leaves falling on the road. I look up into the woods behind us because they cleared some brush or whatever. No leaves falling. They were strictly falling, and it was beautiful. It was silent, but it was heavy,
That's
like
cool.
snow falling of leaves. And it was like we both got chills, and it was kind of like my dad was like
saying, "What's up?"
If you girls wouldn't have taken my truck out,
I was going to be mad.
I was going to be pissed.
Right.
So it was just like the best feeling ever. And then some leaves fell into the truck because we had our doors open because we were trading.
Did you bring some back?
Yeah. And here's the funny part: because we were going off into the woods just real fast, neither of us brought our phone, and it literally was happening for like a full minute of just all these leaves coming down. It was the coolest crap ever.
It's a sign, man.
Super cool.
It was so cool. But we didn't get any evidence. It was like no phones. It was just perfect. It was just awesome. So I was like, okay, my dad's happy with the fact that some of his stuff went out to the curb.
Right. He's all sorry about that one box.
Yeah, my dad was a VIP with a certain company. I was like, are you kidding me? This is gross.
Your dad didn't want to leave you alone?
Heyo.
And now,
invasive, violating, and just disgusting.
It's Celebrity Trash and Bash.
With Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
It's really disappointing. They're just looking for the wrong photo.
Here's Kathie J.
Okay, Harvey Weinstein keeps grossing me out. Every single time I get a news alert, it's someone else accusing him of something.
Right, and then again, this is still a small percentage of
who's coming forward.
Right, because some women would just never say anything.
Exactly, right. But, we won't stay on it because everyone has been reading. We won't stay on it like Harvey Weinstein does.
Hell.
But Angie Everhart, you heard her, what she said? Angie Everhart is the really hot redhead.
Okay.
I think she went on to... She married Sylvester Stallone? No, that was another...
No, that was her.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she says that Harvey pleasured himself in front of her.
What is with that? Like, I just don't get that. Like, and then...
It became a move because all the girls said no. So he's like, well, you know what? All right, I'm just going to do it myself.
I'm just going to do it, right. And you're just going to have to sit here and watch. How disgusting.
But
Minka Kelly says she's sorry she didn't speak up when Harvey hit on her. Minka Kelly's pretty big. Yeah, sorry.
Right. No. I'm just saying that, like, part of being with somebody in a sexual way is that it's a mutual thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they want you and you want them, and that's why it works.
No, his was all about the power.
Right.
He got high off that power.
He was probably more turned on the more they didn't want him.
Right. One of the most famous names that has come out, if Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow weren't enough, Kate Winslet now says.
Whoa.
She called Harvey out in 2009 by not calling him out. When she won an Oscar for The Reader, it was produced by the Weinstein Company, and she thanked everybody but Harvey. Now she's saying it was intentional, and she said, if people aren't well behaved, why would I thank him?
So that means he probably didn't corner her in the room, but he probably is the guy that's still like, oh, you're looking great today,
yeah.
Sexy or whatever.
Kate Winslet said now The fact, because somebody asked her about it, so she's saying, the fact that I'm never going to have to deal with Harvey Weinstein again, as long as I live, is one of the best things that's ever happened, and I'm sure the feeling's universal. Damn.
Well, he's all asking for a second chance.
Oh, no, he's trying to sue his own company for firing him. Who gets to write in there, if I pay off the sexual harassment ladies, I get to stay employed?
Wow.
Who gets that? That is crazy power in a contract.
Somebody who's a pervert who had to work that into his contract.
Yeah, who knew it wasn't going to stop?
happen, right.
Fifth Harmony's Normani fell on stage and turned it into a sweet move.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, I meant to do that.
Now they're 3 Harmony as she recovers.
Normani tripped and fell during a recent show in Brazil.
They keep losing chicks, so the 2 chicks that are left, they only sing their parts, so they're like, give it to me. That's Mom. Give it to me, I'm not allowed to sing Worth It. They wouldn't let me, so I don't know that part.
Right.
Give it to me,
You can't hit that note.
Right. Give it to me,
The group was performing Made You Mad, and Normani lost her footing. And then she turned halfway, landed in a half split, and flipped her hair way back. Like, yeah, I meant to do that. And she was in her thigh-high boots, killed it. Everybody thought she knew what she was doing.
And the whole front row saw her cooter.
Okay, well, there was that. The outfit wasn't prepared
right,
to do what she was doing.
We have the meats.
Gross. So, Woody Allen is one of the people talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Which is, yeah.
Who are you to talk?
Okay, so wait, is he saying, like, you should leave him alone? He's a very nice guy. I like him.
He said that he was a sad, sick man. And then he said, when I said I felt sad for Harvey Weinstein, I thought it was clear the meaning was because he was a sad, sick man.
Okay, so wait, when the guy who's such a perv, he marries his stepdaughter, is thinking you're gross, you must be really gross.
You
made that guy freak out.
It's like OJ being against domestic violence or something.
Right.
You know, you're like, what?
It's just, and the weird connection with this is, so Woody Allen, you know how his wife, Mia Farrow, adopted all those kids? One of them was the one Woody Allen ended up marrying.
Which is so weird. And then it's like, honestly, on a side note, I think he was thinking, she's going to be a hot Asian lady. And then he got the one who wasn't. That's what you get. Boom!
She didn't turn into a hot Asian lady at all. No. So the weird thing is his stepson, Ronan Farrow, Mia Farrow's actual kid with Frank Sinatra.
He broke the story on Weinstein.
Back in 2015. Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Weinstein. Okay.
In 2015, that nobody wanted to listen to him. In 2015, when he was telling everybody, I found this person that worked on this set that got paid $500,000, and their only job was to find him women.
They're saying that was on NBC because, again, looking out for him, or,
they didn't want
to so connected, right?
Right, exactly. And before we get to Larry Flynt, we just have to say congratulations to Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. They're engaged.
How adorable. They both got jobs.
Yes, right. And she has a great job. If you don't know the name Sophie Turner, then you don't watch Game of Thrones. What's wrong with you?
Well, and she was in the X-Men.
She's in X-Men.
Right.
Yeah.
She's the redhead.
She's the redhead in Game of Thrones.
Right.
Not my favorite out of the siblings that she's a part of, but...
Right. She's playing the Phoenix. So she's,
She's Jean Grey.
Right.
In X-Men. She's 21. He's 28. But people say she's a young girl, but beyond her years. You always try to say that as to why the age difference is acceptable.
Well, and the thing is, she's probably like, if you really do the math, she was probably like a little girl and going, I love the Jonas Brothers.
Totally.
Just kind of like Jessica Biel was with Justin Timberlake. You know what I mean? So
and Katie Holmes was with Tom Cruise. Remember, she said that she had a huge crush on him and had his poster on the wall.
She never heard the rumors. It took her living with him and having a kid to realize, those are true. Oh, I get it.
Oh, got it.
No wonder you don't like me.
Okay. And finally, Larry Flynt. Larry Flynt is offering $10 million.
Larry Flynt is the...
owner of Hustler.
Right. So, like, who's the guy? Hugh Hefner. He was the dirtier Hugh Hefner.
Exactly. He's a tycoon. He's got lots of money.
Right.
Yes, and he's not a fan of President Trump. So, He wants anything that's information that leads to the impeachment of President Trump. You get $10 million.
And now Trump's going to be like, I'll pay $20 million to get that information. Right.
Larry Flynt took out a full-page ad in the Washington Post offering up $10 million for information leading to the impeachment and removal from office of Donald J. Trump. He lists 6 reasons why Trump should be shown the door. They include his decision to fire former FBI Director James Comey, his controversial response and racial dog whistling following the riots in Charlottesville, blah, blah, blah. North Korea's in there. And he has done this sort of thing on politicians before, just like Wiggins was saying. He talks about those other politicians in this ad, and he offered $100,000, or WikiLeaks offered $100,000 for tapes on the talks between Trump and Comey. Everyone is like offering money if somebody will only give information to ruin Trump.
Well, and you know who has that information? Vladimir Putin.
Oh.
And he's like, I got the videotape of girls peeing on him. But $10 million is nothing to me.
Right.
I have $10 trillion.
Exactly.
But there are racist tapes of him from The Apprentice. So I really think that someone who has access to that $10 million, they're willing to put their job on the line and
because $10 million is, because you wouldn't leave your job for 50 or 100,000.
But $10 million?
That's a life changer.
Right. And they were saying that the person, they were specifically calling out to somebody that was part of that.
Tom Arnold. Weird.
Right.
I don't understand that. Was he because he was on this show?
He was on The Apprentice.
And he was there when the comments were made?
Right.
Is that what it was?
Well, and they were saying somebody has those tapes and somebody's sitting on them.
Oh.
$10 million will get them to get off it.
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So if it's not the person who owns it, because they're rich already, it needs to be the person that manages the technical stuff there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because they have kids that would love to go to college.
Exactly.
And you could do that. You could start a whole new life, move to a whole new state.
Unless you like Trump. I mean,
right.
You're free to like Trump.
Yeah.
You are.
It's America.
Right. Then give those tapes to someone else you know that doesn't.
God, I love our music.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, man. The fact that we can be so versatile and play all the hits and the throwbacks and reggae.
Yeah, more to come. More to come.
And every night.
And then you guys replay all day long. So even if those people that are up right now just woke up that missed the first half of the show, they can hear it and the music throughout the rest of the day.
It's cool for me because I remember something we did in the morning and I'm like, I have to hear that again. It was so funny. And then I get to hear it again.
Including this Trash and Bash Extra.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, y'all. I forgot to totally do this story and it's hilarious. So Pink just released her new song, Revenge.
She was on SNL. She killed it.
Yeah.
She's so awesome.
She is the best.
I wish her and Kelly Clarkson would do a song. But then you wouldn't know who's who.
Oh, because both their songs can get so
wail.
rough and tough. Right. Well, Pink is now saying how she got Eminem to be on Revenge.
Okay.
To do the track on Revenge. Because everybody wants Eminem. Especially because he hasn't done anything until we heard him do the Trump rant.
Right. We're like,
week.
where have you been?
Where have you been? And then he shows up on Pink's cut
Single.
with Revenge. So Pink says she sneak attacked him and got really drunk, and it was drunk courage when she sent the email to him.
Oh, cool.
It was a drunk email.
Because you only got one shot with him.
You only got one shot.
Do not miss the chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
Right. So Pink says, I sneak attacked him. She said that she was drinking a lot of wine, and then she got home. And she thought some more wine would be a good idea. So once she consumed a satisfactory amount of alcohol, it was time to send off her risky email. So she emailed Eminem. She says, it's called Liquid Courage for a reason. And I wrote, you know I love you. I like that you work with a lot of the same people like Rihanna. She's hotter than me, but I'm funnier. So I'm going for a rap Grammy, and I'd like to take you along with me, said Pink to Eminem. It was this long email, she said, and he wrote back right away and said, okay.
Whoa.
Just that.
Okay, right. So then the okay turned into a verse delivered to Pink's inbox that blew her away.
Okay, stop. You just said Pink's inbox blew away. All right.
Just saying.
So Pink emailed him back and said, this is the best thing I've ever heard. I want to tackle you and rub your face in the dirt, said Pink to Eminem.
And
That's totally her.
And then he said, okay.
He did.
Oh, shut up.
She said he has the record for the most words in a single song, and he responded again, Okay.
That's hilarious.
Totally. So there are rumors that his next album is expected to be released later this year. There's only, 2.5 months left in this year, so that's exciting.
That is cool.
That we could get a whole new album from M. But it's not
if
yet
it's like
complete.
the Trump thing, it's gonna be
insane.
Lethal. Yeah.
I'm ready for it. But yeah, so Pink sent the drunk email to Eminem.
That's what you'd have to do.
You would,
You know what
because
I mean?
you're right. You're trying to, okay, all right, Pink.
Although I would have stopped after the first okay.
Right.
I'd have been like, phew.
Right, you got the verse.
Right.
You just say thank
Unplug
you.
the computer. All right, we have a lot of people hitting us up on text. We told you to send us a selfie of you this morning, and we're definitely getting some.
Yeah, we got the morning commute to school. That's really cute. You like that?
Yeah, that's
All the
cute.
kids. She's giving the
Aw.
peace sign. He's giving the peace sign. We love you guys.
We got Miller Coors in Golden. We clean out the beer tanks when beer's ready. #, yeast pushing.
Yeah, yeast pushing.
You can't be a lady and work in a miniskirt in that section.
No, you push it real good. Good morning from San Ramon, California. Happy to hear your voices on the radio again. Thanks, Jules.
Yay.
She's chilling in her cubicle. I like that.
And-
This guy's coming down 6th. And that looks cool.
Man, they're everywhere. Everyone's
Yeah.
listening everywhere. It's so awesome. Like the listens in Detroit and Chicago have gone up. So I think you guys are safe. If you ever go out there and something happens, you can be like, you've heard us. You've heard us in Colorado.
Right. You know me. And this guy sent a picture for Larry. That's how he listens to Blazing Hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Big old.
A big
old-
loaded bowl ready
Yeah.
to go.
Sir, you have the biggest bong I've ever seen. And he thought Larry said elf urine
Yes,
earlier.
when we were
So
talking
he was
about elf
dying.
urine going in the drones and sabotaging,
Right,
and someone's
elf
trying to hack
urine.
Yes.
it. Yeah, someone said elf urine, and I was like, okay, elf urine might be a little bit better than elk urine.
Okay,
Right.
but way harder to catch. When was the last
harder.
time you saw an elf?
He's always after my lucky urine.
Here's how I want my lucky pig. Here's all blue stars, rainbows, and yellow urinals.
You know there's going to be an elf too.
Oh, nice.
With
coming
Will
out.
Ferrell?
I don't know if they can't do it
It
without
has to
him.
be.
It has to be
Yeah,
Will
that-
Ferrell, right?
he killed that
He made
movie.
the franchise.
So
Right.
funny.
Jeanette, she looks really pretty this morning.
What's
heading
up, girl?
Heading out of the house. So, who you gonna choose, Larry?
Oh, who the winner is? We're going to randomly select.
Randomly select. Let's have more people text 303-728-3420. Send
Okay.
us those selfies of how you're listening to Blazing Hit Radio app.
And then we're going to get somebody a $50 gift card to the Green Solution.
Yeah.
All right, who said something insensitive?
Oh, you didn't hear it last night during the game?
No,
when
I
you
was-
were watching it, Larry Ulibarri on Sports.
I did watch the whole game, but I was cooking. I made Spanish rice, calabacitas and corn. I made fresh salsa, and I made chicken salad with faux chicken.
Any Biscochitos?
I know I don't make those. I don't
Okay,
like those.
All of that sounded grub until you got to the last thing. What did you say?
The chicken salad, that's not
Right.
real
That has
chicken.
nothing to do with the awesome, yummy Spanish rice and
I know.
salsa. I mean,
I've-
you totally changed up the menu here.
No, I was just trying to have stuff in the fridge.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? It's the beginning
you
of
were
the week.
cooking for the week.
Right, for
Gotcha.
sure.
Okay.
But I've also been cooking to teach you how to cook.
Yeah, I need
Because, we can't raise those girls on,
on processed
corn
on
dogs.
Little Debbie's
Right.
and corn dogs.
You should
Yeah,
make a
thanks.
video for Kathie of how to.
No, I've really put off learning my mom's recipes for too long. And so now
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
learn
doing
them.
My Spanish rice came out so bomb, and my calabacitas and corn came out so bomb. To die.
I'll have you know I can do a good Spanish rice too, and it takks 60 seconds.
Oh, because you nuked the bag
Yeah,
that's already
'cause
made.
it's-
Old
Ben,
Ben,
the
old Ben, or whatever.
Ben Man Rice or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
But
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. Al Michaels.
Old man Ben.
Old man Al is what we're
Right,
saying
right.
now. Old man Al Michaels apologizes for. Okay, let me read what he said.
Okay, this was during last night's Bronco game.
Sunday night football game during the.
Oh, by the way, how cool was that Carrie Underwood intro?
You haven't seen that yet?
No, it's so hot. Like with the red dress and
Wow, you really
You
do
don't-
check out
yeah.
when the Broncos are done playing,
Yeah,
don't
that's
you?
every Sunday.
I
Yeah.
know, but that's a new one for this season.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
She does the new one every season, and most people look forward to seeing it the first Sunday it comes out.
Fine, I was just saying it's cool.
Oh no,
just
she's
kill
hot.
me. Why don't you just shoot me for thinking it was cool?
She's got the legs that go on forever.
Man, that dress,
Mhm.
and then that open goes on a long time.
It
and
really does.
Tons of special effects. It's a little long.
And there's Von Miller
Doing his
his
little
thing.
dancing, but it's kind of cool.
So last night during the game, Al Michaels said, I mean, let's face it. The Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein, and they're up 14 points. Ow.
Okay, so like most people wouldn't be offended by that. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's the thing. It's just had no place.
Ill timing, yeah.
Like, why bring that up?
I mean, he was trying to sound funny and have something relevant.
Well, I just think too soon.
Yeah.
I want to know if he thought of that in his head or if somebody's like, hey, Al, I got this great joke. Why don't you use it? I wrote some jokes.
I would be curious to know.
No, because Collinsworth was like, oh, yeah. Like, you could tell that it was like just him spitting off the top of his head, like being that old man that's just like says something crazy. You're like, well, let's just keep on going to the next subject.
Right.
And Al Michaels is so respected. I mean, that's why he does Sunday Night Football.
When he said that, he was holding some lady's boob. Because he comes from that old generation. You know what I mean?
So then Twitter went crazy. Al Michaels is what happens when you surround yourself with people that routinely laugh at your bad jokes. Al Michaels is probably the best play-by-play guy in history, but boy, that was a big, big lapse in judgment. I just didn't hear Al Michaels say the Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein. Did I? Did that really just happen? Too soon, Al Michaels, too soon. Al Michaels, the Giants had worse week than Harvey Weinstein. Must be funny unless you've actually been a victim of assault. Way to go, Al Michaels.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, the NFL has, for a long time, looked the other way when players did bad things.
For anything,
they did.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, no, Al, baby, what are you doing? Al Michaels, what are you saying? The Giants are coming off of this worst week. Al Michaels just made more Harvey Weinstein comments than Jimmy Kimmel. So, yeah, they just went crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy time because just when you think that story's over, like all of a sudden you wake up every morning and there's 10 new actresses that were like, yeah, and he chased me around a table.
Yeah, there's nonstop new headlines.
And you can't get away with anything at all anymore. I think that's what the one good thing about social media is this day and age where you could say like what Trump said when he was on the Access Hollywood bus, or you could say what do what Harvey Weinstein did. It's like now it doesn't fly anymore, you know?
Well, it depends on your sensitivity, because there was a bunch of people that heard Trump say stuff like that about sexually grabbing a woman and stuff.
Yeah.
And they didn't care.
You're right. They just laughed it off.
Right. So those people weren't mad at the Monday Night Football comment.
No, they didn't see anything wrong with it. But it is like Wiggins, I want to believe what you just said, that we're changing. And because like the Academy of Motion Picture, that quote they put out, this will not be accepted. It was an old thing and it's not going to be anymore. And we're putting our foot down in the industry. But then they still let Bill Cosby and Woody Allen stay in there.
Right, for sure.
So it's like, you know, like just when you think that somebody's taken 2 steps forward to put an end to the casting couch and the jokes about sexual assault, it's still accepted a lot of other places.
Well, and think about this. Think about of all the people in Hollywood that don't even really have a connection that are making girls do things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can get you the right meeting, but
Right, or just to take pictures of the girl and promise that.
Exactly.
A side note that kind of goes with this. I took a picture of the green screen and the chairs in here because we have our own like little studio for interviews and that, and I posted it on Blazing Hit Radio, and we have the couches in here. Everyone was all, when did you guys turn from a radio station into the porn casting couch?
Yes. How do you think Wiggins got his job here?
Oh, see, now you're making a joke about it.
I'm making a joke about sugar packs.
Yeah, you're gonna make Twitter go crazy, dude.
Whatever sugar packs.
Did Larry Ulibarri just call Wiggins sugar packs?
Yes, I did.
Sue, I'm gonna sue you.
Right, if only we had HR, Wiggins.
Yeah, Sue. That's who he's talking about. Sue's on our HR department.
Oh, is she? Oh, I haven't met her yet.
We haven't hired her yet.